really not.
Yeah, it was nice.
He's an asshole. He was an asshole. I mean, he didn't really connect with any of the fighters here. He's just an asshole. I tried to make peace with him many times, and he made it very clear that he wants to be enemies for the rest of his life because how lucrative it is. And he's just a, I don't know.
So I don't get. How do I feel about that? You know, I get to miss out on fighting in the Sphere. I want to fight in the Sphere. I want to see the big screen behind me. You know, I want to fucking do a stadium something. But you know, it is what it is. Maybe we're 2 fights left. Maybe we either don't figure it out, I hope we do, or maybe we figure it out and do extraordinary events going forward. You know, they should break the bank a little bit. I mean, they got how much? They got fucking 1.1 billion. What was it in cash that they had after last year's take? 1.4 billion or something in cash profit. There should be live music at every fucking show. There should be a full fucking spectacle every show.
Jon Jones calls Conor McGregor a nut, blasting his attitude and saying Conor acts like a boss around his staff while refusing to accept reality after his losses.
There was moments where we got to laugh, you know, but for the most part, he's a dickhead. You know, you look at the way that he treats his staff members. He brought like 10 yes men out with him and literally, go get me my water. Where's my this? Why is that this? It was just, he just bosses guys around. You know, and the times we weren't filming, he wasn't very sociable with the people on set. He's just a dickhead. I think people that really work with him knows that.
BAS Rutten explains why Conor McGregor struggles to accept his losses, saying elite fighters think differently and often fear being remembered only for their final fights.
Not wrapping up your career with a win is going to eat at you. It shouldn't, but high performance fighters and athletes, they just think different. And especially him. I mean, thinking about it, he was running through people, predicting what round he was going to knock them out, right? 2 division champion. Think about that, from Europe. Yeah, I love it. But a professional fighter always believes people only remember your last few fights.
Conor McGregor doesn't accept his loss and jokes about faking his knee injury, taking millions from the UFC, and wants rematch with Max Holloway only after some years.
Yeah, so I did fake the knee injury because I knew Max was about to clap my cheeks harder than Khabib did. I tell you what, that was the easiest and fastest multi-millions I ever made. Tell me another person who can make 10 to 20 million in just 1 minute. Even Elon Musk can't compete with me. I just scammed the UFC harder than Michael Jordan scammed NBC. And I will take a long break after this heist. Maybe I'll come back in 3 or 4 years and take a few more million from the UFC.
An MMA analyst tells Conor McGregor to remember the loss, suggesting his injury may have been real, but questioning whether he used it to avoid facing the reality of what happened.
All right, let me do the kick I'm going to do. Do you know what I mean? Like, potentially that's possible. Because this kick and then him walking off doesn't prove he was fine to me. I know a lot of people are saying, oh, well, he threw the kick on the pads. Aye, and then he walked away immediately. Like, he did 3. It's very possible that there was a tear that was bad enough to not be able to win a fight, but that he was still able to pretend for a minute. Very possible. Fighters have done this for time.
Daniel Cormier mocks Conor McGregor for refusing to accept his loss, saying the whole situation looks crazy as Conor and his team continue to act like the fight never happened.
He's going crazy. It was the funniest shit I've ever seen, honestly. Because here's the deal. Okay, I'll admit this. All right. For me, it sucks that it was like in front of all these people. But again, it was like a whole bunch of dudes just kind of fighting, acting crazy, right? It was like, what are you guys doing?
Michael Chandler mocks Conor McGregor for refusing to accept his loss, saying he would be shocked if Conor simply showed up for a payday and walked away without fighting.
I would be absolutely surprised, like the most surprised person on the planet, if Conor just showed up for a paycheck, limped in there, and said, I don't care, I'm going to give you guys 1 minute, shave my head into a mohawk, show up, do the intros, and then just bow out 1 minute later.
Joe Rogan breaks down Conor McGregor's loss to Max Holloway, recalling how Conor's knee buckles after Max challenges him to stand, leading to the referee stopping the fight.
Notice that. Yeah, there was some conversation going on between him and Max Holloway, and I was like, you know, Max is saying he can't fight, like something's wrong, and he's saying, fight me. He's like, get up, and so he lets him up, and then his knee buckles, and then the referee stops the fight.
Yeah. It's always so the very, I think it was the very last fight where the ref tried to call it at the end of the...
Max Holloway remembers the moment Conor McGregor's knee gives way and says he immediately tells the referee that Conor is done. But despite everything that happens, Max still shows respect and hopes Conor's injury is not too serious. At the same time, Holloway makes it clear he is ready to run the fight back. He wants to feel Conor's famous power at 170 pounds. Now, Max is prepared for the trilogy while Conor continues refusing to accept the loss.
Hopefully his injury is not too crazy. I know he was saying that they wanted him back in April. I can do that. That'd be fun. I want to actually feel what this 170 weight cracking and power that he says he has. So maybe we can do it back. Right now I'm just praying for the guy, all jokes aside, as a human being. Even when I was in there, you could see me telling the ref, bro, this guy is done.
Conor McGregor refuses to give Max Holloway any credit, claiming Max is talented but still nowhere near his level. Conor says he holds the advantage in speed, power, IQ, fitness, and freshness, insisting Max barely touches him in their last fight. He even claims Holloway adopts some of his techniques after their meeting. This is exactly why critics accuse Conor of living in the past. Instead of accepting the loss, McGregor continues acting like he completely dominated Max.
Max is a durable fighter with great skill. Not on my level, however. Mental-wise, physical-wise, Max has been a busy body in the game. In fact, he's the most time spent inside the octagon, 8.5 hours, which is a staggering amount of time. For me, I kind of look at that saying, it means you can't finish people, So if you're asking me what I have above him, speed, power, IQ, fitness, health, freshness.
Conor, that's damn near everything.
Max didn't lay a glove on me the last fight. I don't see vast improvements. In fact, the improvements he made was after the fight he had with me, where he adopted some of my moves. I sunned Max when I fought him last.
Ilia Topuria believes Conor McGregor may struggle to accept his losses because his motivation is no longer what it once was. Topuria points to Conor's incredible achievements, massive wealth, and extravagant lifestyle as possible reasons behind the change. After becoming a two-division champion, Conor reaches the highest level of the sport. But now, critics question whether the hunger is still there. If McGregor truly wants another fight with Max Holloway, he must prove his motivation is still stronger than his excuses.
I think that he doesn't have the motivation anymore. He done great things in the sport, but he doesn't have the motivation. He got, I think, a lot of money. He's spending also a lot of money, so I don't know. I don't know him personally. I don't know him.
You guys have never met?
Never.
So there's no relationship?
No.
Because he said some stuff about you, and you've...
Chael Sonnen suggests Jon Jones understands exactly why his criticism of Conor McGregor creates such a reaction. According to Sonnen, Jones already knows that the truth eventually catches up with everyone, especially when a fighter refuses to accept what happened. Conor's loss continues to create debate because the injury, the stoppage, and his reaction all remain controversial. But now Jon Jones adds another layer to the drama by attacking Conor's attitude and refusing to let the situation disappear quietly.
He knew about this. He would have had to sit on this. This, in addition to everything else that he's dealing about, he understands that this shoe is going to drop. And
Daniel Cormier offers a different perspective on Conor McGregor's controversial loss, saying fighters sometimes attempt spectacular moves that either make them look like geniuses or completely backfire. Cormier compares Conor's kick to other famous moments that become legendary when they succeed. The problem is, Conor's attempt does not work. Instead, his knee gives way and the fight ends. Daniel Cormier believes fans must judge the result honestly, because a failed gamble does not suddenly become genius just because Conor refuses the outcome.
I think we need to be careful when we judge, because there have been times where people have done crazy things to start fights and they've worked, and we praise the athlete as if they're some genius. Tonight was one of those times that it didn't work. I remember Fabricio Verdum just running across the octagon and super kicking Travis Brown like he was on the game Double Dragon. Clearly, George Masvidal did it to Ben Askren, and we all praised him for that. I think we need to be careful when we have a big opinion on something that happens, because sure, everybody's mad. It went sideways, but had Conor landed that, everybody would praise him for what he did.
Conor McGregor insists he is ready to return as a ruthless fighter, claiming his body feels refreshed and his mind is sharper than ever. After years of injuries and setbacks, Conor says he feels invigorated and excited to re-enter the brutal world of fighting. But the biggest question remains his previous loss to Max Holloway. Conor talks like a man who still believes he is unbeatable. Now, if he truly wants another chance, he must prove those words inside the cage.
Joe, it's great to be back. It's refreshing to be back. The body is invigorated. The mind is sharp and fresh and ready to go. I'm ready to enter this brutal business as a ruthless fighter once again. And I'm very, very excited and happy.
Chael Sonnen raises a controversial theory about Conor McGregor's injury, suggesting the claim may have helped him avoid potential consequences from athletic commissions. Sonnen believes Conor could have been trying to protect himself from officials investigating the situation or possibly removing him from the fight. That theory adds even more fuel to the debate surrounding Conor's loss. Whether the injury was genuine or not, the controversy refuses to disappear, and Conor's refusal to simply accept the defeat keeps the story alive.
Could be saying that because it's totally true. He could also be saying that to stave off any commission officials looking into a perceived injury and potentially removing him from the fight. Boom.
Max Holloway remembers the fight differently from Conor McGregor, saying he immediately tells the referee that Conor does not want to continue after the knee gives way. Max watches Conor get back up, only for the knee to buckle again before the referee stops everything. Holloway remains open to a trilogy, but he also questions whether Conor can return after another injury. Max calls Conor a warrior, but his words suggest the real battle is whether McGregor can accept what happened.
In there, I'm telling the ref, bro, this guy does not want to fight. And the crazy mother effer he is, he said, fight. And he stand back up. I was like, holy shit, okay, we're going to fight. Then he went down the second time, and when I told the ref, call this fight already, come on. He didn't say nothing, the ref stepped in, so it is what it is.
You said on the microphone, let's run it back, let's do the trilogy. Do you think that's realistic, given will Conor come back after another injury, walking out of there injured again, and how long it might take for him to recover?
Yeah, we see what happens, Did we think he was going to come back this time? A lot of people stood betting, I think so, it was like a 1% of the fight happening until we walked out, which is crazy, so. At the end of the day, it is what it is, bro. He's a warrior. Not Conor as a fighter.
Brian Davis gives Conor McGregor a serious warning, saying fighters must be careful when they refuse to accept what everyone else sees. He admits his opinion could be wrong, but believes Conor needs to face reality instead of allowing the controversy to consume him. The analyst worries that Conor could go off the deep end if he continues fighting the narrative surrounding his loss. For McGregor, the biggest challenge may no longer be Max Holloway. It may be accepting the truth himself.
I'm just saying what I say, and that's my honest opinion. And if I'm wrong, fair fucks. It happened during the fight, whatever. It makes no difference to me. I'm just saying what I thought was happening there. And let's hope he doesn't go off the deep end here, because that would not be good for him or...
The controversy surrounding Conor McGregor's loss refuses to disappear. Max Holloway remembers the moment clearly, saying Conor's knee gives way twice before the referee steps in. Conor, however, continues to speak as if Max never truly proves himself against him, claiming he holds the advantage in almost every category. That attitude is exactly what fuels the criticism from John Jones, B.A.S. Rutten, Daniel Cormier, Michael Chandler, and other MMA figures. Some believe Conor's injury is genuine. Others question whether the situation becomes an excuse to avoid accepting the defeat. Chael Sonnen even raises theories about the possible consequences surrounding the injury. Meanwhile, Conor insists his body and mind are fresh and says he is ready to return as a ruthless fighter. But if Conor McGregor truly wants another fight with Max Holloway, one thing is certain: he cannot keep running from the past. The trilogy may give Conor a chance to rewrite the story, but first, he has to accept the loss that started it all.